Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and look real quick at a deck list I'm going to be playing at our locals on Saturday tomorrow. We are going to play a deck I'm pretty sure is not very good, but we're going to try it out anyway. We are using some interesting ideas in this one, playing it more like a roughly 2009 Yu-Gi-Oh deck. That might not make sense to a lot of you, but to those that do, this will make quite a bit of sense. Obviously, 3 Ash Rabbit. It's Ash Rabbit. It's just an incredible resource engine, as well as having 5 defense, which makes it very good at sitting on board. Then we have 2 Boombat. This card, it's the way I'd been treating it anyway, but MBT put it perfectly when he recently said in his video, it's an exiled force. This card is a body on board as well as threatening a removal. Your opponent doesn't want it to stay around, because what if you use it for removal later on? You know, it's like a flag bearer in MTG, if that makes any sense to you. That is our 1-cost Thunders, which might be weird for you to hear me say. Then we are on our 1-cost Solar. 3 copies of Kafmel. We're playing the Shattered Stars arc, because I love it. But this is a decent defense guy who, on Ascension or Destruction, heals 3 Lunar and Solar. So we gain resources back by wisely using our generics in a way that makes us at an advantage. We have, and this part's kind of weird, a single 1-cost fire, Ash Rabbit, or Ash Rabbit, more like. It's an okay card. This deck is very clunky. There's a lot of cards in it, so we're only playing 1, but very decent at recurring resources from the grave. When it comes up, it's important. We don't want to draw a ton of it, so we're just on 1. And then, for the last of our 3-cost Elestrals, or our 1-cost Elestrals, 3 Spectrus. This card is insane. When it enters battle, suppressing what it's fighting is incredible. Automatically makes it a 5/1. Just good enough to get over pretty much anything. Except for, of course, other big defenses like Ash or Ash Rabbit. But this is very, very important in a lot of scenarios. It helps get over a lot of generic beaters. And it can negate effects of really annoying things like, you know, foamy, things like that. So that is it for the 1-costs. We're on 12, which is pretty normal. Nothing crazy there. 12 to 14 is pretty standard. On to the little bit weirder part. We're playing Monarchs. That will be very familiar for anyone that knows Yu-Gi-Oh! We're on 2 Arcalith, 2 Heliolith, and of course, 2 Lavalith. In my opinion, these are the 3 strongest of the liths. Arcalith, I think, shares 3rd place with Verdalith. Both of them are very, very good, but in this deck, since we want to be able to play Ash Rabbit with our color spread, Arcalith being oppressive is more important than Verdalith healing. Arcalith can be a up to 5 spirit attacker, which is crazy sometimes. That can be very, very important in swinging the game state. Heliolith bounces a guy, which, for those that don't know, this card is Ryza. Kafmel is our Treeborn Frog, the tribute that gets us a resource. This card is the Ryza bouncing card when it hits board. It's just decent stat line and temporary removal for a guy. Very good. And then this game has almost no spell trap removal. Very, very limited in the options, and Lavalith is just the best one. For those that don't know, on cast also happens on ascend, so we are legitimately ascending into these cards a lot of the time. We are using Ash, Ash Rabbit, and our copy of Kafmel to go up into the 2-cost to be able to get their effects, or just hard casting them once they hit their conditions, is the idea. When we get to the Invokes, we're playing 2 Nectar of the Gods, because this helps fix hands that we might want to mulligan, as well as fills our grave for the effects of things like Kathmel healing to make him less desirable for your opponent to kill, or similarly filling up Arcolith. We have 3 copies of Resting, because we are not playing any Divine Runes in this deck. This is a Fissure or a Smashing Grab. This is a straight up kill spell for us. It's essentially a Doomblade. It can kill whatever's left on our opponent's board. We have 3 Ambrosia. This card, do I need to explain it? It's Ambrosia. Here we have 2 Monster Reborn, or Rise from the Ashes. Weirdly enough, this card fits surprisingly well into this deck because of Kathmel. It can be put onto the board and then ascended into something else immediately. We can use it to fulfill Heliolith's cost when it does not actually meet it, just by normal ascending it up. And then we heal the 3 that we spent on it, making it the same as if we had played both Kathmel and Heliolith in one turn. In theory, very good. In practice, we'll see tomorrow. And that is it for those. When we get to our counters, we're on a lot, and I might not have a couple of them right now. Don't worry, I'll show it off. We got 3 Gorgons, big surprise. We got 3 PTAs, big surprise, I know. It's obvious. We also have 2 Dense Fog and 2 Chains of Prometheus. We are already on fire for the Lavalith and potential Ash Rabbit, or Ash Rabbit. Never going to get used to that. But this card, just generically pretty good, can help stop our opponent's counters from actually getting to us. Dense Fog suppresses the whole board. None of our stuff actually gets pumped by its effects, like a Nebuleo or even some other cards like a Viscerus or anything. The only thing that does is Spectrus, which is Lunar Enchanted, so it won't be affected by this card. Very strong. It can help do some weird plays. There's a 3rd on the side, but we're going to be playing best of 1 tomorrow because we don't have a lot of time, so that won't come up. I don't know where... Sorry, she's scratching. I don't know where my copies of Helios Chariot Ride are, but this deck is going to play 2 in the main for now. Might go up, might get cut, we're not sure, but with the idea of going into a low-cost Elestral, sitting on board with it, and then going up into a Ascension, we kind of want not to get interrupted by that, you know? So Helios Chariot Ride, making our opponent not cast runes to immediately stop us, feels, in theory, like the right choice. I don't think that one's going to change. I think it should be at least 2. Maybe it goes up, but we'll see. That is all for today. I will be back in the next video showing you how it went. See you in the next one.